Squid Blades is no longer called Squid Blades inside of MOCO. With the incoming update, we are looking at Jaded Blades. What I'm gonna do is share with you guys 10 plus minutes of footage of Jaded Blades in action, plus go into details of all of the changes. Let's hit play so you guys can watch along as I break down all of these changes, because Squid Blades, or we should say Jaded Blades, has now changed forever. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you use code ECHO inside of all Supercell games. We are the first source for anything relating to MOCO. So as you watch the new mechanics working here, let me share with you the details and the readings of how this is actually going to work. First of all, invisibility is completely gone. And yes, guys, this is all official from Supercell. We are anticipating this update comes on Monday or so next week. No hard date has been set. So let's take a look. The main attack: repeatedly stab a single enemy at close range with high attack speed. That hasn't changed. Now, the dash attack has. The combo bar fills up over time, and when it's full, for your next attack, you dash forward in the direction that you are facing, dealing massive damage to the closest enemy in that direction and stunning non-boss monsters. So we have a little bit to unpack right there, because one, we heard about something in a certain direction, and two, the invisibility is absolutely completely gone. I hope that you guys are able to kind of enjoy and take a look at what we're talking about and see it happening in the gameplay shared right here from Supercell. Now, let's go through each of the things that actually has been said by Supercell themselves, and I actually have another teased update coming for another weapon inside of the game, or I should say a gadget inside of the game that's going to be tacked on at the end of this video. All right, so first things first, no longer will there be any invisibility. Why was invisibility removed? Well, let's talk about that quick. Inside of Rift runs, players would run right past all of the enemies, getting themselves right to the Rift boss, escaping and not having to deal with any of the early on stages, the early on characters that you have to take down. Essentially, utilizing the mechanic to cheat the system. Although it was legal inside of the game, it worked fine. It was not how it was intended. In addition to that, if you're randomly catching up with parties and getting together with other parties of people, and someone wasn't running Squid Blades, players would intentionally die so they could rematch. That's why this problem happened. But more details here. Using your weapon or gadgets or taking damage no longer stops the bar from filling. So it's going to continuously fill up that bar for that dash, which is going to be that increased attack, making it easier to use the ambush even in the middle of battle. So no longer do you have to have invisibility and run around. You could dash. And look at it right here happening. The MOCO character, that blue bar is continuously filling up, and you can continuously dash, inflicting more damage on the enemies that you encounter. As you can see, he's going after a mega overlord right here at level 61. So you can see how that dash is actually working. You now always ambush in your facing direction, picking an enemy inside a 60-degree cone to dash to. You can use this mechanic to also quickly exit a fight. So you essentially have added in a dash mechanic that allows you to, one, more precisely attack the proper enemy, or two, use it as a secondary dash skill to escape a fight. You can use it as an evasion tactic as well. So what I think here is we're actually getting some good value out of Squid Blades. Very different, not as OP as it was before, at least as for how Rifts go, but it still has itself a quite good amount of use. Now, there's another nerf that's alongside of here. The dash range is reduced from 7 tiles to 6 tiles. So the dash range has been lessened by a little bit more than an eighth. All right, so it's going to be a little bit shorter of a distance for that dash. In addition to that, another buff, the damage per second is higher. Squid Blade's dash is going to be now doing more damage per second. And of course, the name has been changed to Jaded Blades. So Squid Blades, as of early next week, is going to be no more. There will no longer be any Squid Blades inside of MOCO. Some players are already saying that they never got to even experience it, that they never got to play it. It's just going to be how the game is. We're literally, 3 weeks into the game at this point in time, and already changes are being made to improve MOCO. I love how Supercell is doing this. They identified an issue, the community shared that issue with them, and they took action right away. Now, I did also share with you guys that there was another change, nerf, buff, let's see, to a gadget inside of the game that no one was anticipating. Before I share that with you, I'm going to remind you guys that whenever you buy anything, any passes, any cosmetics inside of MOCO or any Supercell game, please use code ECHO. It directly supports my channel as a Supercell creator. We've been covering Supercell games on this channel for 9 years. In addition to that, I'm live streaming every single day at 12 p.m. Eastern Time covering MOCO. I would love it if you guys came through for a live event. Now, the additional change that we're talking about is to Spicy Dagger. Now, we know right now that you use Spicy Dagger, you dash in, then you do 25% or so more damage to enemies that you are struck with that dash. It's changed. The new changes to Spicy Dagger are as follows. You now always dash in your facing direction, picking an enemy inside a 60-degree cone to dash. You can use this mechanic to also quickly exit a fight. Interesting. That very much looks like the change to Squid Blades as well. 60-degree dash, you can use it to exit as well. So it looks like they added a targeting mechanic inside of the game that you can now use to better target enemies or to escape fights. And it's going to be used for both Jaded Blades, previously Squid Blades, and Spicy Dagger. The dash range is reduced from 7 tiles to 6. So again, that same mechanic is now being moved over to Spicy Dagger as well. What do you want to call that? Do you want to call Spicy Dagger a nerf or a buff? Because you now have more control with the dagger, but you lost a tile of range. In my opinion, Spicy Dagger has just received a buff, allowing for us to have more control with it. Still doing the same amount of damage. There's nothing that has changed regarding the damage dealing of Spicy Dagger. So, these are really good changes. In my opinion, Squid Blades is now going to be able to be used in a way as intended when the game was being developed. I want you guys to let me know in the comments below. Are you excited and happy about this Squid Blades change? Or are you upset? And as you can see right here, the weapon is still very viable in combat. The thing that you can't do, even regarding skipping enemies, you can't hide from those big bosses in those battle stages either. So you're always going to be targetable. The not being targetable anymore is now gone. Again, these changes should be coming early next week. Nothing has been set yet in stone, and I want to remind you guys that we are the #1 source that gets you early information for MOCO every single day. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.